All right, hey, this is Tommy House here at KXAN. It's 11:04 for your 4th of July. One of the big weather stories we've been discussing all throughout the morning hours has been the flash flooding out in the hill country. Looking at some of the radar accumulation, Mason County, which that county gauge is pretty close to what the radar's picking up, anywhere between 12 and 13 inches in that portion of the county. But from San Saba all the way down to Llano in Gillespie County, detecting anywhere from 3 to 8 inches of rain. And look how that significantly drops off by the time you reach the I-35 corridor there. So it's all been far out west. Kerr County, Kerrville on the Guadalupe Rivers had water rescues earlier this morning. Unfortunately, fatalities were also reported out in Kerr County. So this is some serious business. A lot of heavy rain out in the hill country. This is a 12-hour accumulation there. Here's how it looks right now. And we actually have a pretty strong low pressure system out in Mason and San Saba County that's funneling in a lot of this rain that's continuing to bring torrential conditions for Gillespie. The numerous lightning strikes up toward Blanco stretching to Burnett County now, working closer to the Austin metro area. So Dripping Springs down to San Marcos, you're getting some rain and a few light showers out in Bastrop, but most of this is actually still consistently out toward west of I-35. So let's see if we can zoom on in here. And I'll show you Fredericksburg, because they've seen now multiple rounds of heavy rain in the past few hours. Flash flood warning continues. Stonewall getting some lightning strikes being detected there. Down toward Harper as well. Big picture, the flash flood warnings continuing. 12 o'clock in Kerr, I believe 1 to 2 o'clock for San Saba in Llano County. These flash flood warnings have been confirmed not only through radar, but people on the ground. So all this heavy rain is falling way out toward the hill country. So the San Saba River, Llano, the Pedernales and Guadalupe River. So where the rain falls, you can see how this will eventually track east. There's Buchanan, Travis, and Canyon Lake. Looking back at some of the archives here, down in Kerr County, where they've had some heavy rain, it always eventually tracks to Canyon Lake. So we have a flood warning in effect for Canyon Lake. Up toward the Llano River and San Saba River through the next few hours, we'll see these numbers continue to rise. I was able to pull some data. This is from the San Saba River, the NOAA forecast, pretty close to peak near Brady on the San Saba, but entering San Saba County itself near the town, that's where the forecast peak 32.4. That's considered a major flood expected in the evening and overnight hours into your Saturday. The arrows show the flow of the river and the river flood warning highlighted in the green. Llano not as high as the San Saba in the forecast, still a 10.5 forecast peak there. Moving through Llano eventually into Burnett County. That's where Marble Falls is. So a lot of this rain will, yes, it will fill up the lakes. That's a beneficial thing, but it's also important to just give out these reminders, because this rain can certainly take you by surprise if you're not prepared. Again, make sure not to drive through flooded roads and seek shelter and evacuate if you've been told so by law enforcement in those highlighted counties. So here's clouds and radar. It's a little bit overdone in the Austin area, but through the next few hours, we'll see this begin to wind down. Still some rain will continue to kind of funnel in through Hayes and Caldwell County. Here's 2:30, and then eventually by 5:36, a few leftover showers. I'm going to keep a 20% rain chance for the fireworks today, but overall a cooler day in my forecast. KXAN.com/weather will have the latest updates for you. Back to your programming.